Hi, Dr.Z. So good to be with you again today to explore another wonderful topic. I'm so glad to see you. How are you?
I am doing okay. Thank you for having me. How about you?
I'm doing well. I feel like I always say the same thing. Like I'm always so eager to talk to you about these topics, but it just really is true. I find our conversation so supportive and so helpful, not only just the topic that we're talking about, but also for me as a parent. And today I really have some questions on how to help teenagers thrive going to college, like just some tips and takeaways for this episode today, because I have twin girls who are leaving next school year to go to college, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
It's hard. It's a definitely one of the difficult transitioning moment both for the teenager and for the parent as well. So I'm glad that we are talking about it, and thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your own vulnerabilities as a parent, and I'm happy to share some thoughts on how we can help our parents who might have been or will go through that difficulties sometime in their life.
Thank you. So my number one top of mind question is, I have a lot of anxiety over this transition. How do I not project that onto my teenagers as they head to college? They have enough on their plate, and now they have an anxious mom worried about them.
I think this is very interesting. Whenever something uncomfortable we feel in our inside, feeling anxious, feeling nervous, feeling sad, feeling down, we always learn to either reject or push or distract ourselves, and we may and and we may think that by doing those things we maybe somehow solve the problem, or maybe somehow help the situation. So one thing which I always remind parents and even teenagers, whenever your body is telling you any situation, let's say transitioning, your kids are going to college, your body is telling that anxious, nervous, you close your eyes, you take some time for yourself, you close your eyes, look, put all your attention to the part of your body that is feeling more anxious, more nervous, or more discomfort. Because let me tell you, I know you, for the past couple of months. If I share with you something that is very painful for me, you will put all your attention to me to see how I can help. But when our body try to tell us, this is a tough time, I am really worried, I'm really nervous, we always try to go out of the body by doing some strategies. And we don't make our body or our feelings feel validated. We don't make ourselves feeling heard and understood. So the first thing is, take some time, close your eyes, and tell your inside, yes, I am, these are my children, I have raised them, I have put so much sacrifice, put them first for everything in my life, and I am really worried. I am worried. I am here, and I know, my heart is sinking, but I'm here to listen to my heart. I'm not letting my heart, I'm not letting these feelings not heard. So that is the first thing I will encourage parents to do, because it will ground you. It will help you to remind all the great things you may have done in your life for your children. And then with that grounding approach, when you go to your children, you may help them to calm as well, because just like you are going through some difficult anxiety, nervousness, they may also be going through maybe same or different feelings.
What a wonderful thing to share, because just listening to you, I was just thinking to myself, there is a lot of times when I'm just focused on the anxiety out here,
Mhm.
and just really listening to you going inward. It was just it was a calming, just really focusing in here. So Thank you for sharing that for sure. And I think, you know, I wonder if there's a way as a mom how I can tell if my teenager's ready to even go to college. Like, does that even exist? Can I know for sure that my child is ready to go to college?
This also remind me another thing as a parent that we struggle is, am I a good enough parent? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the best thing? And because this worry, which is a genuine worry that a parent go through, sometimes we miss the moment that the child is going through. Okay. So I may be worried that my child is not ready, and I may be trying to do 100 things to make sure, that I spoke to the counselor, I spoke to the campus, I spoke to this, but I may not have spoken to my own child and share my own worries with my child and give my child an opportunity to share their own worries. So it's always what I have seen, again, the same thing that yes, we want our child to do better. But believe me, you may have read that book, Alchemist. The solution is there in your house. We just have to discuss, we just have to brainstorm. And sometimes some difficulties, like if a child is going has a history of depression, some medical issues, maybe there is no solution to it. But having that conversation, having brainstorm, and you can provide a home as a safe base. They can come anytime, they can discuss anytime. And yes, they are far, but they always think about home, about you as a parent, to ground themselves. And the best way to happen is to have those conversations. Do all other things too, but also have those conversations with your child and give them the opportunity and give you the opportunity so that we can learn and grow together.
You know, it always blows me away when I hear these things because it's just like just those reminders of I'm a team with my teenager. Like we're a team, and I didn't think about talking to them and discussing with them and helping them, empowering them to prepare for themselves as well. So what a great way to look at it. And you actually brought something up in your response that really, really prompted the next question. But if there is a history of any mental health issue, depression, anxiety, any self-indulgent behavior, as a parent, how do I get past that worry of how they'll do in college when I'm not around to help them?
I think that is very scary questions. And, being a child psychiatrist, I have had so many times that, the teenagers, they have history of ADHD, anxiety, depression, autism, learning disability, medical difficulties. Some have recent suicide attempts. Some is recovering for, some substance use. So one thing I remind parents, I literally ask them, just tell me from birth till now how this child was, because many times under that stress they forget what a beautiful child, what a loving, what a caring, what a smiling, what a joy, this child have been in your life, what great things, despite all those adversities this child brought in your life. So I help them remember, so that they can see their child, not only he she or they have a depression, anxiety, autism, but they have so many great potential, so much creativity, innovation, so that this stress that my child is going through, depression or anxiety, doesn't make them not see that potential what the God has given. The second thing is, these are genuine concerns. I will highly encourage parents to be very proactive, because some parents, they may know that your current therapist, your current psychiatrist may not be available, especially if your child is going to a different state, may not be available the time, because in college they have different courses, different. So be proactive. If the child is going to a different state, reach out to the counseling center, the local psychiatrist, look out to the insurance, And some parents may know Psychology Today is a really good website, that if you can put your zip code, if you can put your insurance, what kind of therapy, psychiatry you are looking, they can give you the list of, the in-network psychiatrist, therapist, counselor there. And the third thing is you always remind your child, this is a transitioning, this is hard, but you have come a long way and you have that inside you that you can come over. Yes, you are going through a different time. I will not be there, but you're not a child anymore. Because many times, but when I talk to teenagers, they may feel that their children, their parents are making them believe they don't have, they are not smart enough, they are not, confident enough. So you make them that, you trust that they have growth, they have resilience, and if anytime they struggle, that's okay. You will be always be there.
And as you were saying that, like there was just like this tenderness that came up for me because there is that reminder that my child is not their diagnosis, and it did remind me to just smile at what wonderful children I have and that I've raised, and there's so much more past what they may be struggling with, and definitely there's so much support to go around. As always in these conversations, I love to share with parents 5 takeaways that they can remember, that can stay top of mind. And for me, it's like the magic number, those 5 takeaways that we can remember on how we can support our teenagers as they head to college.
Sure. I think all those 5 strategies surrounds around two big themes. One is the proactivity, other is the intentionality. So the first strategy I will ask parents, to help, your children, and encourage them to research the school they are attending, and familiarize with the campus, with the area. And the second, work with them, creating a budget, helping them how to prioritize their activities, go over with, again, this is very uncomfortable, but go over with basic life skill like laundry, cooking, time management, priority setting, conflict resolution, so go over with that. Third is that, just remind them, yes, they are moving on campus in dorm, but you will always be there. No matter what a silly mistake they make, and tell them you will make mistake, but I will not judge you. I will not get, remind you that you're so unappreciative. How did you make mistake? I will always try to understand. I will always try to be on your side and always try to, help you, support you. And those support can be, regular phone calls, text, video chat. And so remind yourself your love and support can go a long way, and help your child feeling secure and confident. The fourth thing, as a parent, try to reach out, people on the campus, on the college, because there are a lot of resources. I know because sometimes, especially kids who have history of depression, anxiety, or struggle through some difficulties, so it's good to have some person on campus that they may provide. That could be dorm mom, student service counselor, mentor, guidance counselor, someone, that they can reach out immediately in case if they are going through. The last one is, that we always focus on the outcome, but remind yourself, this is a journey, and this is a growth and transition for both you and your child. And remind them, the going uphill is always difficult, and you both are going uphill, which will bring a lot of discomfort, lot of fatigue, lot of tiredness, difficult moment when you may not know what to do. But just tell them that, he, she, or they are not going to this journey alone. You will be there. Your unconditional love, your unconditional support, your unconditional and empathic and nurturing love will be there. And remind them there are so many possibilities, and they have a bright future as long as they believe in themselves, they believe they are not alone, and you are always you will always be with them.
Thank you so much. I always think, well, what can we possibly top this when we have each episode? And just my heart is full and so supported, which is I love that these videos and these opportunities for parents to hear these short segments can also fill them with the same feeling that I get, which is to remember that there is support for parents as well, so that we can support our children and that we are doing the best that we can. So thank you again for those reminders and for those takeaways and for your time as usual. And I look forward to our next topic.
Thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait for our next topic.